how much value is there in getting these endorsements? Okay, so the weight of an endorsement. For example, you get it from a heavyweight politician, a president, a media mogul, right? You know, like a Oprah Winfrey or a Musk or someone like that, or an entrepreneur, a Buffett, a Bezos, and a Musk, or something like a Mark Cuban, or triple threat like a Musk that's got all three sides. Influencers, where, hey, you know, podcast Rogan, hey, you know, Ben Shapiro, hey, you know, all these other guys that got their influence, Logan Paul, even some of these other guys that are doing what they're, because nowadays they're getting them. Hollywood stars like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, military general coming and backing you up. How much power and influence is there in these types of endorsement? Or is it just marketing? It's not really a big deal.
I think it depends.
Okay.
It depends on the person. It depends on their reasoning. Yeah, it really depends. And it depends on, you know, I would say like Joe Rogan, for example. He has he's obviously hugely influential, and he has a very loyal following. He found, I think, over the last few years, especially, how the things that he says really do have a direct impact on people.
Yeah.
You know, I've also heard people say, candidates say that they would shun an endorsement from a Beyonce or a big celebrity figure because that just has, well, you're just one of those elitists who I can't relate to as an everyday American. And so that actually ends up having, even though, you know, she's like the most powerful, talented musician, singer in the world, I've heard candidates say, well, actually, no, I don't want those kinds of endorsements because it sends the wrong message. So, you know, I mean, I think every one of these things has its own, you know, pros and cons. And I don't think there's kind of a cookie cutter impact. Some are hugely consequential and others not, and others have a negative consequence.
How much you think a Musk is? By the way, Jay-Z and Beyonce just bought the most expensive house in California in Malibu for $200 million. They just closed it this week.
Wow.
It's a 2-bedroom apartment.
It's on the water, though.
Right.
but ocean views, 2 bedroom, 2 bath.
How much you think an Elon Musk endorsement, how much weight does that carry? You think it's a big weight, especially for somebody, let's just say on the middle, center, right?
I think it certainly carries weight for people who like what he's doing and who follow him. I think it would also, you know, how much weight does it carry would depend on how much of his own skin in the game if he just says, yeah, I like this guy, and then he never says anything again, has a different consequence than him actually doing what you were talking about in the beginning. Hey, you're a person of influence, a person of means. If you really want to see this change, how much are you willing to put your own skin in the game to actually make it happen?
Got it. So if he was, let's just say, to a pack on Trump or whoever, and he put up, or DeSantis, whoever, and he put up something like $100 million, is that a way of others saying, damn, if he's going like that with this person, there's got to be something we don't know? Do you think that carries a very big stick, very big influence?
That would make a big impact.
That would make a big impact.
Yeah. It's amazing what $100 million would do these days. You know, it'll buy some influence.
I mean, Bloomberg tried to do it. It didn't do anything for him. But, you know, I'm just thinking about how much these things, because, you know, a lot of people, this person got endorsed by that person, this person got endorsed by that person. You wonder what it really means.
I think Bloomberg, though, is kind of an example. Again, I don't, you know, he was running for president at the same time. I never got to know him at all. But what I saw on the ground was people were very happy to take his money. Yeah. Didn't mean they supported him. Didn't mean they voted for him.
I thought you were going to say what I saw on the ground was a 6-inch lift like this. I thought that's what you were going to say. I'm sorry. I thought that's where you were going with it. And then you took a left turn. I went right. My apologies.
Was his $100 million for his own campaign?
Yeah.
Or was that, okay, gotcha. But there's a big difference between putting $100 million backing yourself versus an Elon backing a DeSantis, for example. There's a big difference there.
Yeah.
No, but I think, he spent $100 million on Biden, guys. He spent in Florida. No,
he spent $100 million
Interesting.
Just for Florida.
Biden?
Yes, that's what I was. I know he spent a lot of money on himself, but I'm talking specifically with Biden.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.